Hello everybody and welcome on today's video. Today I'd like to do a little update on this pomegranate fusion project. So let's get a little closer and see what we have to do. First of all, I have to say that I did some stupid things with this tree because I repotted it too soon and too early, and well, now that it's in the pot for a few years, for 2 years now, I think, without doing anything, it's much better. You see, there is growth everywhere. The top is becoming quite dense, and that's why I like to do a few things that I think are this time appropriate. So you see, the thing is that there is a thick base, and the top, of course, is smaller, so I need more growth at the bottom than I need at the top, and the top is starting to become quite dense. So in order to have the shoots on the bottom side, on the lower side, grow better, I need to do some pruning at the tips. So that's exactly what I'm going to do, and I'm going to do a directional pruning and try to make the whole thing a little more interesting by making some curve. You see, tree branches are not good as well, so I have to remove these. This is very straight, so it's not really interesting. Of course, you can always use a little wire, but what I really need to do is give it a trim at the top. So some of the things are starting to fuse. I'll zoom in to show you. For example, this branch is doing quite well, so I think I might even remove the wire to see if it stays fused for the rest of the season. So I'm going to leave it just like that and give it a little trim here, because this is an interesting branch. It's going to the outside. This is already a very interesting branch too. You see that the tree spent the whole winter outside, and I just put it in at night when it was freezing. So the leaves are much more dense. There's a whole lot more of leaves. They're really small, and of course, this is very good news. There are still some dead little parts here, which I want to remove completely. And yeah, well, this, for example, is a nice branch, but I don't need a thick branch like that anymore. So I'm gonna cut it back. And that's exactly what I'm going to do with a whole lot of these branches that are coming quite high now, because I don't need these high branches anymore. I need growth at the lower parts. So this is good. It's not really awake, I would say. And it's going to be a question of getting the dead stumps out. You see here I have 2 branches that fuse, but one is not doing great. I think there's a dead one in between. So if I can get that out, it will of course be a whole lot better. So this is the dead piece. And I'm going to put the wire back slightly on another spot. Okay, and just going to prune the tips off a little at the highest sections. That's good. That's good. Okay. This branch is a good example of what it should become when it all comes together. So you see there are 3 or 4 branches that are together here, and they're fusing slowly, and now the time comes to give it a little directional pruning. Like so. And now for the last thing I would like to show you. What is this? Is this alive? No, this is dead, so don't want dead material. So that's exactly why you have to do these things now before the whole tree is covered up with lots of new growth, and then you can see nothing, absolutely nothing. So this is how I try to form a branch. You see, I'm putting a few branches together, and let's have a look at this portion of the tree. I'm going to turn the camera a little, it's going to be better. So you see, I have a wire here and a few trees that I try to put around this wire, but in order to make a quite substantial branch at this spot, these parts need to grow so that I can put them here and then form a branch with that. But of course it's something that will only work when these shoots have elongated. So I think probably this is going to be something for the end of the season, and that's why I need to cut back all these little growths that comes higher than this point, because I need to balance the vigor so that these little shoots stand a chance to grow. But I think that this year I'm getting somewhere. Like I said, I repotted this tree way too much, and well, that's not a good thing. I should be a little more patient when I do things like that. There are still some gaps here. Here is a gap, but if I let grow these ones, well, probably I can include some of the new growth. I'm not too worried about this. I have tons of cuttings that I can use, and you see here is this is foam. This is foam, so this is not good. But I have tons of new little shoots here, so they will probably be positioned so that they fit in this hole and close it. But that's something for the end of the season. But yes, I think this is looking quite okay. It's very easy to take cuttings of pomegranate. So all these little shoots I'm going to plant, and well, I think it's a nice little tree. Small leaves, very nice. But that's it for today. I'm going to conclude this very short video, but I wanted to do it before the shoots elongated and we could see nothing at all, which would be a shame, because, well, I think that this year some interesting things are going to happen. So thank you for watching and see you next time.